Hey guys, welcome to another episode of El Jefe's Chop Shop. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I showed you the Mark 1 Golf brake upgrade, which is a favour I did for Jackson because he does a lot of work for me, and it's time I repay someone else. So, Richo, the guy that does all the wiring and helps me with everything that I get stuck with, mainly that, he has a R31 Skyline. Now, he wants to put a VS ABS diff into his Skyline, but the mounts don't meet up. So, what I'm going to do is make the mounts work. So for a while now, Richard's R31 has been in that shed and just in storage, and he's been collecting parts on and off for the last few years. He hasn't done a whole lot of work on the car lately. I'm not sure if it's motivation or parts, but I can do a diff. So let's do that and help him in the smallest way I can, but help him nonetheless. So what we have here is a VS ABS diff and an R31 diff. So because his car is an R31, it needs R31 brackets and mounts, and he wants to put an ABS VS diff in because it's wider for the track width, so he can put wider rear axle under his car, get his wheels poking out further, and do a wide body sort of setup. And also he wants the ABS stuff because he has been playing with ABS for his R31. So he plans to add the ABS to the R31, and he needs the sensors and the pickups. So I need to copy all of the brackets from this R31 diff that we've borrowed from one of our other mates. Thank you, Brad. And what we need to do is copy them onto this diff here. So you might notice that the VS diff actually has brackets on it already. So they've got to go. All of them have to go. So this is going to be grotty and hot, sweaty. I'm going to get covered in grime. So what I'm going to do is get the 31 diff off of this stand, move this stand into the shade, and cut off all of the brackets on the VS diff and smooth off the axle tubes. And just remove everything we don't need. So I'll do that, and I'll catch you up in just a second, even though it's going to take me hours. This sucks. Got this side all cleaned up. Need to do a little bit more just to make it nice. And then this side is probably like 30% done. I've been doing this for about an hour and a half. So I'll finish this off and then I'll clean both of the tubes nicely, and then that's probably going to be it for today because this is sweaty work. That took about 2.5 hours, but it's all clean now. So the axles are nice and smooth, or the diff tubes are nice and smooth. No more brackets left. So I did leave the ABS sensor, obviously, because that is the whole reason we're doing this. Now I've texted Richo and asked if he wants to keep this backing plate or this backing plate. I'm not sure yet. So now the next step would be to copy the mounts off of that one onto this one. So I'll have to make a jig to hold this thing in place and pick up on all of these stock suspension points. So that's probably going to be a job for tomorrow or later. So I'll cut this here and we'll see you then. So I'm finally back onto this diff. Now I went and bought some steel rod the other day. So this stuff's solid and it's 1060, I think it was, which is apparently grade for like making shafts and stuff like that. So it's probably way higher grade than I need, but what I need to do is make some sleeves, drill a hole through the middle of them for a bolt hole so that I can make arms that hold the jig for the diff. So I'll be picking up on suspension points like this, which obviously takes a bolt, but I'm going to need a spacer to go in there to show me how big this gap's supposed to be and what angle it is and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to make some spacers that cut in the right length to go in there and have a hole through them the same size as this so I can put a bolt through. So I'll do that for all of the pickup points on the diff, and then I'll be able to make a frame that holds them all in the correct spot. Took a little while, but I've turned that solid steel bar into some tubes, and then a stepped tube as well for one of the other applications. So these are all nice and sweet now. So the plan will be this one, for example. It's got a bit of a burr on it, so it's not going to work perfectly. But I'll put the tube into that holder there, and then I can also put the bolt straight through with the tube on it, and I can weld a piece of bar from that to a jig, and then once it's all welded, take this diff out, put the diff with no brackets in, and then I have the pickup points to make brackets from, or to, depending which way you want to think about it. So that's going to be the 2 upper control arms, the 2 lower control arms, and the 2 shocks. And then I've still got to do the sway bar ones, and I'll just copy the 31 placement for those. And then I need to do the pinion, which is on the back here, which I'll show you a bit better later, but that's just a pin that I need to replicate. So that'll be it for now, but I'll come back and do some more on this another day. I don't remember what I last filmed, but it's probably been about 2 weeks. Got all of these bushes made up so I can start making the jig for this R31 diff. So we've got an R31 diff here. What I want to do is pick up on all of these stock points. So I'll get this diff centered roughly and get it on some angle lines so it stays nice and straight. And then I'll start branching off of this guy and trying to get to all of the pickup points. So I'm just going to fiddle with that for the afternoon. Hopefully I can get somewhere sort of far. And then once this is done, I can take that diff out, grab the other diff that has no brackets left on it, put it in that fixture, and then I have something to work to. Standard night in the shed. Just ran out of welding gas. So I've tacked all this together. It's pretty much with no gas, but it is holding, so that'll do for now. And then I have to come back tomorrow with some gas and actually pick up on some points and make it strong, because it's currently only held with those 2 bolts at the front and it's just sitting on a pedestal back here. What a pain. Catch up tomorrow and we'll start again. And just like that, we have a new bottle of gas. So I'll weld this up properly now, and then we can move on to the next stage. So I've made up all of the metal bushes, so they are in place. Now I need to clamp this guy together, but I need a plate on the outside first before I crimple to that tight. And the rest of them are good where they are. So now what I need to do is make a frame off of here that can pick up on the diff itself, so that when I put a diff in with no mounts on it, it can sit in a nice even spot. And then I need to make a frame that goes to all of these pickup points. So all 3, luckily I can actually push the diff backwards and pull them out of the mounts. So that's probably the way I'll have to do it. That'll also work for the tail shaft hub. So I can just have a mount off of it this way, and then slide the diff in from the back, bolt it all into the right spot, and then make the brackets and then push it out the back. With that brings another problem. So if I have a piece of angle line under here, it will actually have to go up first, which won't work for this one or this one. So I'll have a play and I'll come up with some kind of framework. So now I have the brackets installed to go this way, so they will hold the diff if there's no mounts on it. And then the sway bar mounts can get made from there, so this will be held in the correct position. That's all bolted up. This will hopefully center the diff, and then the same on this side, hold it up and sway bar. So now I've only got the 6 main arms to go, and then on the back I need to do the pan hard rod, which I keep forgetting about, but that's a small problem compared to the other ones. Just got to do it in a way that the diff can be removed without moving all of the arms that I need to put in. So there is another 2 points picked up. So I've just come off the bottom mount here, come down, across, just welded everything together, and then up to here. So once the diff is out, I can get to the rest of it to weld it all up nicely. But for now, it's kind of just boogered. A bit more than a tack, but not great. So this one up here is going to have to go sort of on an upwards angle a little bit, I think, or flat at least, so that I can lift the diff up a little bit to go out. So I'm going to have to come out here, maybe off of this guy, and then the same with that one, I reckon. And I have to come up on more of an angle so I can get out a little bit higher. Not really sure, but I'm pretty much out of time for today, which is seeming to be the problem with this project. I'm not having enough time in a row to actually get a good start on it. But that diff's not falling off of there, so that's a great start. And when I come back, I can do those top 4, and then this back guy, which I'm not 100% sure how to do just yet. I have to do some kind of, maybe a bolt-on plate or something, so the diff can slide back still, and you can like remove this piece once it's welded together. That is a later problem. I'll do the top 4 first, get all that happening, and then I'll work out that pan hard rod. It's a new day out here on the diff, so I've got all day today. I'm going to try and smash this out. There's a spider right in my face. So what I'm going to do is come off of here, come up, put a crossbar in that's nice and clear of this guy here, and then I'll come off of that crossbar to these 2 on either side. Hopefully that will be pretty simple and we can get all these points mounted nicely, and then once we take this diff out we've got something to reference. So there we have the top bar and links made up. So I've just come off of the framework here, up, across, plenty of room through the diff here to get it out, and then 2 down to the top links here. So now I've only got the suspension links to go, which is slightly different. So the way that these are, because they're 20mm on this side and only 12mm on this side I think it is, this bush needs to be able to slide out. So what I'm going to do is put a plate on here with a hole in it that comes up to the main framework. Then when I undo the bolt, undo the nut, pull the bolt out, I can remove the diff and then take this out separately. So it's a bit more work there once you've finished it and pulled it apart, but it's going to work framework wise, and you're going to be able to get the diff out, which is the main thing, because if I welded a pole from here to here, this won't be able to slide and you won't be able to get it out. So I'll work on that. I still need to work out what I'm doing with the panhard rod. I'm not 100% sure still, and I need to also drill these sway bar mount holes. This is looking more and more ridiculous every time I touch it, but I've got this guy all welded up now, so I can take the bolts out. Then this can stay with the diff. This guy can stay where it is. The diff can come out, slide the bush out. So that's a good start. Let's jump over to the lathe. So now I've been on the lathe for a bit. I've got this guy turned up, and you can see that it looks pretty similar to that guy there. Now this one's going to be a lot longer because I'm going to go all the way back to the diff itself, like this one does. So that's going to do for right this second. I've been called into work, so I have to go. So I filmed this episode about 3 months ago, and I haven't got back to it yet. So the diff is over there staring at me, where it has been for the last 3 months. I've been distracted with this DeSoto, and this week I needed to get an engine part, and I haven't got it. So here is the episode about the diff, and there will be part 2 soon. So there'll be at least 2 more episodes on the DeSoto, and then hopefully we'll get into the diff episode part 2 and finish her off. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you then.